right, Shalom. We'll start off by giving all praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Barakadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect because that's who these shows are for. Okay? The title of this video is going to be World War III is at hand, be thou prepared. Okay? And that's all through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And for those of you out there that are in the know, that are keeping up with current events, you see that the title of this video is a true statement. Okay? And it's actually an article I was going into here. And on the article, it's on RT, by the way, it has a nuclear missile. That's the picture of the article. Okay? It says here, Tehran, which is the capital of Iran, could attack Israel if U.S.-Iran tension escalates, Israeli minister says. Okay? So if Tehran, if the U.S. and Iran tensions escalate, they say Tehran could attack Israel, which we know there's been a big beef all these years. And that's why you have this the famous saying, peace in the Middle East and whatnot, because there's war going on there for many, many years between the so-called Palestinians and the so-called Israelis, man. Which, in all actuality, what it really is war between the Ishmaelites, okay, and the Edomites, but the line of Amalek more specifically, man. Okay. You see, and the scriptures do speak about the least of the flock drawing them out, you know. And you so-called Amalekites, or you Amalekites, I should say, rather, you so-called Jews, you are the least of the flock. You're the lowest nation on the face of the earth. Even amongst your other brethren, your other Edomite brethren, okay, you the least of the flock. Okay, you the lowest scum on the face of the earth. That's why when the scriptures speak about set it up over it, the basis of men, it's really talking about you kites. Because the elite bankers of this society are kites. Okay? So with that being said, I'll read a paragraph here. It says Israel could face an attack from Iran or its proxies, in other words, the nations that are in close proximity that are in league with Iran. It says in the region which might involve missile strikes or turmoil in Gaza if hostility between the Islamic Republic and the U.S. escalates dramatically, an Israeli minister says. Why did he say that? Because he see this thing coming, man. What it is with you people in this society, I'm talking about here, you know, in the U.S. of A., okay? You know, world news is not important to you. What's going on in 5 miles away from you, that's what shapes your life. You know, that's what you're interested in, man. Okay? But what has a direct effect on what goes on over here is what goes on the other side of the world. And that's dealing with geopolitics and whatnot, okay? But anyhow, let's go into these scriptures, man.
This is Revelation. Just start with this one.
No, let me get Isaiah 34. Right,
this is Isaiah 34, verse 1. It reads, "Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people."
Right, because the Most High, what he was going to do and what he is doing is send the prophets out to prophesize. Okay? Not only to speak the word unto Israel, but to prophesize unto you other nations, man. So it says, come near and hearken. Hearken to what? Hearken to the words of the Heavenly Father. And you're going to hear them by the mouthpiece of the Lord, which are the prophets.
That's right.
Let me make sure our volume is right on Candle of Zion 2. Continue on.
God. It says, let the earth hear.
Right, let the earth hear. So the entire earth, man. Okay? Yep. It says, let the earth hear. Good.
And all that is therein.
And all that is therein. So all nations are really supposed to hear this prophecy, man. Okay? You're supposed to adhere to the prophecies of the Most High. All nations. Okay? Good?
And it says, in all things that come forth of it.
Continue.
Verse 2. It says, for the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations.
Right. The indignation means the righteous anger of the Most High is upon all nations, man. Upon all you nations. Go to Psalms, the 2nd chapter. Okay? The indignation of the Lord is upon all nations. And why is that? Okay? Mainly because you've been having a hand in putting hell on the apple of the Lord's eye, which are his chosen people, man. Okay? You've been oppressing the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans for many hundreds of years. Okay? And now it's time for your judgment to come down. Okay? Good.
It says, oh,
Yo, go ahead.
okay. And his fury upon all their armies.
And his fury upon all their armies, man. Okay, the Lord's going to bring his fury upon all your armies in the time of World War III. Okay, which World War III is in the beginning stages and is brewing right now, man. Okay, and soon it's going to pop off to the point where you're going to have troops going over into what's known in the scriptures as the Valley of Jehoshaphat, or in the Hebrew, Yahweh Shaphat, the Most High's decision or the Most High's judgment, okay, to fight this World War III. Okay, so hold that real quick and
Psalms.
yeah, what? Yeah.
This is Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. It says, why do the heathen rage?
Yeah, why are you heathens raging for, man? Okay? Because you know why? Here this China's buying up every damn thing. They over there in Africa buying stuff like, you know, stuff is going out of sale, man, out of business. Okay? You buying up everything. You raging like you're gonna be the next ruling class society on earth, man. You know, you raging. Because why? Because you want that number one spot, man. You ain't never had the number one spot. Okay? Good.
It says, and the people imagine a vain thing.
And the people imagine a vain thing. And what's the vain thing that you nations are imagining? Not only China, I'm talking about these other foreign nations as well. You seeking to be the next world power, the next superpower, man. Okay? Being that America is going down the drain, and all these nations know it. Now you seeking to be the next world power. Okay? That's a vain thing you imagining. And the word vanity, when you go into it, means worthlessness, man. Okay? You could hope and pray and dream to be the next nation in rulership, but it's never gonna happen. Okay? Because it tells you in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, okay, that dividing the son of the times, it goes into it, and it tells you after Esau rules, Jacob is gonna come up, man. Roughly paraphrasing, okay. Okay.
It says the kings of the earth set themselves.
Yeah, the kings of the earth, meaning what? These different rulers over these other nations. Because it's definitely not talking about us. We a whole nation without a voice, man. You see? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, even though you have these different Latin nations with their politicians up there, Cuba, of course, Cuba, Venezuela, and whatnot. You see what the hell's going on over there? It's a shit show. Okay? They over there eating garbage out of trash cans, man. The Most High is jacking them up, man.
Right.
So the Lord ain't dealing with them either, man. Okay? The Lord's dealing with the elected nation of Israel. Okay? Who are the real house of David, the real governing body of the next world to come, of the new world to come. Okay? Which is under Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Says, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying,
yeah, that's why they go to these different summit meetings and whatnot. Okay, and a main objective is to how do we keep down these Israelites, these black people, these Native Americans, these Latinos. Okay, how do we keep them down? That's a main thing amongst these other nations, man.
says, and against his anointed, saying,
Who are the anointed of the Lord? The Israelites, man.
Got it. Scripture for that too.
Good, good.
This is Psalms 83, verse I'm gonna start at verse 2. Psalms 83, verse 2 says, "For lo, thy enemies make a tumult."
Yeah, who are our enemies? Some other nations. A lot of you Negroes are walking around. A lot of you Negroes, Latinos, natives, pardon me, are walking around in society not knowing that you have a common enemy. Or I should say common enemies, okay? Which are all these other nations, beginning with the so-called white race. They're your common enemy. Okay?
It reads, "For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head."
So what the hell is wrong with you niggas talking about you love every damn body, man?
Yeah.
Here it is, a cracker could come into one of your churches, blow away the women on Mother's Day, or whatever have you. That might happen. Who knows? Okay?
Yeah,
maybe that's the spirit. I don't know. Okay?
Good.
And here it is, you niggas that say, we forgive you, we love you.
Yeah.
No, these nations hate your guts, man.
Right.
They hate you. All right?
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Crafty counsel is what they're doing by setting up GMOs and whatnot. These damn Kennedy fried in your damn neighborhoods, man. Feeding you this jacked up food, and it's feeding you the worst products in your society.
Abortion clinic.
Yeah, abortion clinics, setting that up. Here it is. You go up to the Upper East Side. You got Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and a Fairway and whatnot. You might be up in the Bronx. You got Fine Fare. You get a pack of chicken. They got the yellow wall on it. You know.
Got Western beef.
Yeah, Western beef and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? ShopRite. I think they might have shut down the ShopRites. Or Pathmark. Okay. Feeding you the worst foods, man.
That's right.
You see?
It says, "And consulted against thy hidden ones." Verse 4, "They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation."
In other words, the so-called white race, what they really wanted was to commit a genocide on so-called Negroes. That's what Latinos and Native Americans, because they was over there testing out the cancer on you Latin women, you Puerto Rican women, man.
Yeah.
Testing out cancer on you, man. This man could put cancer in a little pill and have you take the shit, or put it in a vaccine and have you take the shit and have you all messed up. They show you that in Mission Impossible. Remember when the chick got all injected with the shit, and the dude, what's his name, Tom Cruise was trying to save her. They injected her with some shit, man. That's what they was doing to y'all Israelites, man. They see the spirit's taking a whole different turn, you know? And you watch that movie, Miss Evans Boys, to show you how they injected a bunch of Israelites, so-called black men with syphilis, had them all jacked up and messed up in their minds, man.
Tuskegee experiment.
Yeah, the Tuskegee experiment, man. They experiment on you Israelites like you're guinea pigs, man. Okay?
It says, "That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance."
That the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. And what does that mean? That's called a genocide, man. You know? They want to cut Israel off from being a nation completely. Okay? But what's going to happen is that the Most High is going to show you that the joke's on you, because the genocide is really going to be committed on you so-called white people, man. And the Most High is going to do that. And there's numerous scriptures on that, man. All right? You got some?
Yeah, so much real quick just to go with this brother's point. This is Psalm 62:4. It says they only consult to cast him down from his excellency, They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly.
And that's the so-called white race, man. Okay. When we were ruling in the state, Solomon, David, and Solomon, okay. You think them devils were you know, out for our good? No, they weren't, man. Esau never wanted to see us do good, man. He never wanted to see us prosper, man. Okay? Why? Because the Most High rejected him and chose us, man. Okay? But it was set up like that from the foundations. They're not meant to be, okay, for our good, man. You see? They are enemies, man. And that's what you niggas, you better learn that the hard way. Okay? See, the Lord's talking to you now through the prophets. But like the saying goes, a hard head makes for a soft ass. And when these damn troops come into your ghettos and your urban neighborhoods and whatnot and completely jack you up, hey man, these devils might starve you out, man. Y'all gonna have to resort to eating your children just like during the time of Masada. Okay? You see? If you don't know what Masada is, you can look it up and you'll find out what Masada is all about, man. All right? Go ahead.
This is Sirach 12 and 16, that you just mentioned, said enemies.
Yeah.
It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but is in his heart, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Yeah, go on to it.
Yeah, that's right, man. So that's what we're talking about, the so-called weapon, all right? And that's what he does, man. He speaks sweetly with his lips, man. All right? What does the scripture say now? I believe it's Psalms 58 and 3. Or is it 55 and 3? It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart, man. All right? So we see that over and over and over again, man, but a lot of people can't seem to understand that, man. All right? You see what he's doing to the Native Americans, man. All right? Up to now, man, you niggas can't even get your 40 acres in a mule or whatever it is, man. All right? And even now, man, they got these vaccines that they got going around out here. Yeah. They tell you, it's pretty good, but we've seen the history of vaccines in America, man. All right? We've seen it with the Tuskegee experiments, man. Or we see it today, man. All right? Your kid is normal, man. He got a vaccine all of a sudden, he got autism, man. He all messed up, man. Yeah. All right? And I know a couple of people like that, man. Yeah, me too. All right? And they saying this is real good, man. All right? But a lot of people don't realize, man, that the so-called white man, that's your enemy, man. All these nations are our enemies, man. All right? Because the scripture that this brother was reading, all right, it goes into like all the nations are our enemies, but our number one enemy, man, all right, is the so-called white man. All right? So it says what? An enemy speaking sweetly with his lips, but is in his heart, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Yeah, throwing you into a pit meaning what, man? Whether it's a pit by throwing you into prison or throwing you into a pit dealing with debt, you know, because these devils will pile up debt on you, man. They'll pile all kind of debt up on you, man. Okay? And have you in the damn hole, man.
It says he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
Yeah, that's right. And just talk to the Native Americans on how these devils took this land, man. Okay? And they were not satisfied with blood, man. Okay? Hey, but let's go back into this World War III thing.
Yeah. Jump right back.
Spirit kind of, took a turn.
That's right. Yeah. Isaiah 34, verse 2, and it reads, for the indignation of Yahweh upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them.
Right, so that's speaking in past tense. Yeah. And how is the Lord going to utterly destroy them? Well, that goes into the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, man. It goes into it very vividly, okay, and how Yahushua is going to destroy all those armies that are going to be gathered together to fight. Okay, and I was actually going through that I actually did a video on it a few days ago, man. Okay? You see? And the Lord is going to destroy all those armies that are going to be gathered to fight against him, man. You know, they're going to leave off fight. Matter of fact, if you got it there, you could go ahead and hit the points and whatnot.
It says, this is 2nd Ezra's
13.
13 and let me see. Okay. This is second Ezra's 13. I'm gonna start at 5. And it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of heaven.
Right, which is talking about in the midst of World War III. That's what it's talking about. A midst of men out of number from the four winds of heaven. They came from north, south, east, and west, man. Okay?
Right.
You couldn't even number how many men it was. It was so many. So all these different armies of the world are going to be gathered together in, like we said in the video earlier, Yahweh Shabbat, which is the Most High's decision, the Most High's judgment. Okay, good.
It says to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
Right, because this is going to be the second return of the one whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shai, and he's a pissed off so-called black man.
Right.
With a big ass afro and a big ass beard. Okay? And he's mad as hell.
Right.
He gonna crash the party when you other nations are shooting your little rocket launchers and whatnot. Yeah, man, them weapons are fucking Legos to the Lord, man.
Right.
Fucking goddamn Tonka trucks and shit, man. You know, you got the little Tonka trucks and it's little play toys to the Lord, man.
Yeah.
Your fighter jets ain't nothing but play toys to the Lord, Esau. You're gonna be over there playing, you know, with your little drones and shit, playing your little toys.
Yeah.
And the Lord's gonna come through with some real weaponry, man.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it.
right. He gonna come on what you fear, okay? The so-called UFOs, man. Okay, the so-called flying saucer, like the brother in Jamaica said a while back, man. Okay, he gonna come on a big ass UFO or a chariot, man, a gigantic chariot.
It says, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, but I could not.
Right, so because when you read on in the chapter, it tells you that Ezra, when he was having a vision, he was looking around at all the mountains in the world. As a matter of fact, we was watching a documentary talking about the Himalaya mountains and whatnot. It's the biggest mountain range in the world. Okay, so he saw the different mountains and what he saw Mount Everest and all that, and he said he couldn't see any mountain that was graven. In other words, all the mountains was dead. Because if a mountain was missing, you'd see a big ass. Like somebody took a spoon and dipped some shit out of some ice cream or something, you know? You look, oh shit, it ain't there no more. But he said he could not because all the mountains were still there. Okay? Why? Because it wasn't a mountain. It was big as a mountain. And that's all he could really, you know, compare it to. Exactly. You know? But it was really a UFO. A chariot. Okay?
It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight.
Right. They were so afraid, meaning what? Them other nations, when they see this chariot, the size of this chariot, when they see the Lord on top of it, okay, with the other angels coming out in the smaller ships, okay, they're gonna be shook.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what the hell? This is not man, this is something else. Okay? You're gonna see a bunch of so-called black men with beards and you know? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably some pure white apparel, you know, and chariots, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna get all shook up. All right? Well, the Lord's gonna put the same spirit he put on Pharaoh. Okay?
Yeah.
When the Lord told him, let my people go, he hardened his heart that Pharaoh sent his armies into the midst of into the seas when Moses split the seas through the power of the Lord and got destroyed. The Lord gonna put the same spirit on them troops. And they're gonna try to fight against the Lord, man. Okay?
It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand,
Yeah.
nor held sword.
Yeah, you heard that? And you saw the violence of the multitude. You're going to be shooting your little pea shooters, man.
Yeah.
Okay, your little fighter jets, your little drones. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Man, them rocket launchers like a Nerf gun to the Lord, man. You fucking kidding me, man?
Yeah.
Okay? Are you kidding me, bro? You serious, man? You dealing with the Most High, man. Ain't no higher you can get to the Most High. That's why he's known as the Most High. Okay? You gonna come with your little rocket launchers, Esau? Come on, man. But the Lord is gonna harden your heart, and you're gonna do it any damn way.
It says, nor any instrument of war.
Right, so the Lord ain't gonna come with no sword in his hand. He gonna come with nothing in his hand. He's gonna come with that angelic, spiritual, celestial power, man. Okay?
It says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
Right, and he ain't gonna actually breathe the fire out of his mouth, even though he could do that. Okay? But he's gonna command the chariot to shoot them laser beams out and burn all you damn heathens up, man.
Right.
You're gonna have these slanted eyed slopes over there fighting the war. These hairy ass Arabs, filthy yellow teeth having Arabs, man. These curry eating East Indians up there, man. These damn kites, they gonna be in the war and all that, man. And you know, Esau, you know, talking about you so-called American Edomites, you gonna be over there, all these damn nations, man. Okay? You're gonna have a lot of Hamite, funky ass, doodoo smelling Hamites, man. You know? And the Lord's going to give commandment to the chariots of the Lord to shoot out laser beams on top of y'all and burn y'all up, man.
That's right. Got precept?
Good.
This is Isaiah 47, verse 3.
Yeah.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Yeah, your nakedness meaning what? You're going to be exposed. And you being exposed. Okay? That's why we go into different articles and expose you devils. Okay? Like, for instance, the slave Bible. You got a big judgment to pay for that, man. When your judgment is passed upon you, you got to pay for that. For what you did then.
That's right.
Everything you swept under the rug. All the wickedness you did to the Native Americans. You came over here. All the wickedness that you did to the so-called Negroes and their children, man. In the South, gator bait, lynchings, castrations, and whatnot. It is using the so-called black woman as a how you call it, a guinea pig for gynecology. Saying, oh, they can't feel pain. They're animals. They don't feel pain. You know? Sticking all kind of foreign objects up in our great-great-grandmothers, using them for fucking as guinea pigs for your mad science, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You got to pay for all that shit, man. And everything that we don't know about, that only the Lord knows about, you got to pay for. That's why I say your sins have reached unto heaven, man. Can't go no higher than that. Good,
That's right. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen.
Right. Everything that you've done in your past, now you trying to be this goody two shoes, you know, happy go lucky. Yeah, because you stole every fucking thing you got. All the Israelites pitched poor at the bottom and whatnot, saving those that sold out. Okay.
That's right. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right. So the Lord ain't gonna meet you as a man. He's coming as an angelic force from another realm, a spiritual realm, man. Okay.
That's right.
And World War III, yeah, it's gonna be man versus man. Matter of fact, get me what's that in Revelation, man? Michael and his angels fought. Really, that's the real World War III. Okay? Because World War III ain't gonna end like World War I and World War II. Okay? You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Really, World War III is really the war between the heavens and the earth, man. Okay? Michael and his angels and the dragon and his angels, man.
It's Revelation 12, verse 7. And there was a war in heaven.
Yeah, what does that mean? There was a war in heaven. Is it talking about up there and Satan got pissed off and the Lord got pissed off with Satan and he told his ass, get down here, get down there and whatever. All that BS you hear about in the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? Ain't talking about that. That war in heaven is talking about the war that's going to happen in the upper atmosphere, dealing with the angels and them chariots, like we went into vividly a few moments ago. Okay, and dealing with them fighter jets that Esau got going. Okay, right here on Earth, man. Okay, because this is your heaven, and now it's getting ready to be turned into our heaven.
Michael and his angels.
Yeah, Michael and his angels meaning what? When Yahweh Shai come back, he gonna come with Michael, who is the head archangel under Yahweh Shai, and all the other angels, man. Just because it don't mention a whole bunch of angels in the scriptures, don't mean that it's an innumerable multitude of angels, man. Okay?
Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
Who's the dragon? The dragon really go into NATO and the EU, man. Okay? Which back in the ancient times was the Roman Empire. Okay? But now it's dealing with the last leg of the Roman Empire, which is NATO and the EU was part of that, man. Which of course America is a part of that. Okay? Shit, America is one of the major keys in NATO, man. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which was really an organization brought together for the purpose of how you call it, collective security. In other words, though all these nations are in league one with another, and we're gonna band together in case foreign nations come to pose a threat to any one of us. Okay, you can look it up. Collective security when you get a chance. Okay. But anyhow, that's what's gonna happen, man. World War III is really gonna be a war between the heavens and the earth, man. Because y'all ain't gonna get to finish the fight one with another. Y'all gonna start fighting, but then the Lord's gonna crash the party, man. Okay?
Right.
So all these things are end time prophecy. Good.
Got some else real quick.
Okay. You finish on that one?
Kind of.
Okay.
Okay, this is Revelation 9, verse 12.
Yeah.
One war was passed.
Yeah, one war was passed. He had that too. One war was passed. Okay? Meaning what? The word war means destruction. Okay? Now, World War I in history is known as the Great War. That's past. Good?
One woe passed, and behold, there come two woes more after.
Exactly. World War II and World War III now is going to come. Okay? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai doing that, man. The Lord's bringing this thing on because why? Because it's prophecy, man. Good?
That's it.
Okay. This is Isaiah 24 and 21. And it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord will punish the host of the high ones that are on high.
Right, the hosts of the high ones that are on high, we're talking about the elite banking families, man. Okay? The guys that you never see. These guys are filthy rich, but you never see them, man. They're the ones that really have all these laws passed in this society. See, your judges ain't got nothing to do with it. Okay? Your politicians ain't got nothing to do with it. They just puppets for these elite bankers, man. That's what they are. Puppets. Continue.
It says, and the kings of the earth upon the earth.
And the kings of the earth upon the earth. Why? Because they're going to go into slavery. Okay? They're going to get punished by going into slavery under us. Under the so-called black man, the Latino man, the Native American man. All right? They're going to go right into hardcore slavery under us, man. Okay?
It says, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit.
Yeah, you ever been to Sing Sing? Okay, Comstock, you know? Shit, Rikers. You got over there a bunch of Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. Attica.
Yeah.
Shit, you got Jake all the way up there, fucking near Canada, man. Locked up, man. Okay.
That's right.
It says, and shall be shut up in the prison.
Right. Now you crackers are gonna be locked in the prisons.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
But it ain't gonna be. See, the thing about it is this. In the prisons now, you rarely got these other nations in the prison, but you got the majority is Jake.
Right.
Ain't gonna be no Jakes when we get the kingdom in prison. We gonna have majority. It's like the majority is gonna be Edomites, and the rest of you other nations too.
Yeah.
Y'all all gonna be in prison, man. I say the majority of Edomites, all y'all nations gonna be locked up, man.
That's right.
All y'all gonna be locked up, man. You know? This Esau gonna have a much harder time, man.
Yeah.
Good?
It says, and after many days shall they be visited.
After many days, you're gonna be visited, man. You know? You're gonna be visited so we can whoop your fucking ass some more.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right. You got more, brother?
No, that's it right
I
there.
got some real quick. This is Revelations 8, verse 13. And behold, Salaki, and I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe.
Yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa. This ain't Black Rob, man.
Right, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
This ain't, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's right.
This is talking about destruction.
That's right.
Great destruction, man. The destruction is so great, the angel said it 3 times, man.
That's right. That's right.
You know? When you repeat something 3 times in a row, you know it's devastating, man. Surprising.
With a loud voice.
You know, with a loud voice. Meaning what? A great destruction is coming, man.
Even Ezra said, woe is me.
When Ezra saw the vision, he was like, damn, what the hell I'm gonna do? You know? The destruction was so devastating, he didn't know what the hell he was going to do.
Hey, Job said, what Job said, he said, who should deliver me in those times?
Yeah, who should deliver me in those days?
You know,
Man?
in those days.
Which is coming up, man.
Yeah.
You living right now in the midst of them days, man.
That's right.
This right now, man, these times you ought to enjoy. I'm talking to the brothers out there, with brothers as much as you can. Because when that time comes, you don't know what the hell is going to happen, man. You could be cast into one of these concentration camps. The Lord spoke about that. You shall have tribulation 10 days, or be thou faithful unto death, and I shall give thee eternal life. That could happen to you, brothers, man. Now, don't think this thing is going to be anything of smooth sailing. Scriptures tell you in the book of Acts, knowing therefore, Salaki, it says, confirming the souls of the disciples, okay? And that through much tribulation we shall, knowing this, much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. Okay? Much tribulation is catching hell, man. Shit, they got martyrs out there that's going to be martyred. You might get your fucking head blown off, man. If you the elect, you still going to, your spot still solidified, you know? But don't think you're going to just, they ain't saying no easy sailing, man. You know, you ain't going to just, I'm going to just cruise to a cool victory. No, you're going to catch fucking hell to get to this great and glorious kingdom. We're gonna start winding it down. I'll probably end up changing the title later anyway. You know.
Okay, I'm gonna finish off. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the 3 angels which are yet to sound.
Exactly. So them angels are gonna sound, and a judgment is gonna be passed, man. And one of them you better know is nuclear destruction, okay? Because nuclear destruction is the whole end game of this world war, man. We read about the Lord and him shooting out laser beams on you people, man, and whatnot, man. But guess what? Also with that is gonna come, that's gonna be happening over there. Them laser beams, yeah, you're gonna have the Lord more than likely gonna have the ships shooting out laser beams, destroying niggas over here too, and Edomites and whatnot, man. But you know, all them curses you putting up on people, you might see a motherfucker get shot with a laser beam and blowing in the smithereens right in front of you, man.
Yeah.
You know? And that was your enemy. You know? The Lord's gonna honor the curses that we put on people. Okay? But over there in the Middle East is where that them great laser beams gonna get sent out and wipe out all the people, man. You know what I'm saying? Over here, that nuclear destruction is gonna come, man. Even though the Lord also going to send laser beams over here too. Better.
Isaiah 9 and 5.
Yeah.
It says, for every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood.
Right. We was just up here earlier speaking about these ancient rustic type films, man. Like Braveheart. If you got Netflix, you watch Last Kingdom, or you watch Outlaw King, Troy. Different movies like that. That's an illustration of that scripture right there. Noise and garments rolled in blood. Horses running into battle, men with the war cry, and swords and axes and lances and javelins. Busting people's bodies up. They're bleeding on their garments. Okay.
It says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Right. The new age of war, or the modernization of war, has come to nuclear weaponry now. Now we're not dealing with an actual sword. Now we're dealing with nuclear war. We're not dealing with darts and bow and arrow. We're dealing with grenades, rocket launchers, okay,
Missiles.
and missiles.
Yeah.
That's what we're dealing with. Scud missiles. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever have you, man.
Yeah, that's it on that right there.
Okay, that's it on that.
So you want to jump back to Isaiah 34?
Yeah, go to Joel. Go to Joel. We're gonna go there, and we're gonna more than likely wind it down from there. Lord,
it says, okay, kind of. Joel 3, verse 9. And it says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles.
Yeah, what's them Gentiles, man? You got Israelite Gentiles, and you got other nations, man. Okay? Good.
Prepare war, wake up the mighty men.
That's really talking about the other nations right there.
Yeah.
Prepare war, make up the mighty men. Wake up the mighty men, okay? So war is coming, and you're supposed to get your troops in order. That's why we always say it's going to have to be a draft over here, man. Okay? Good.
God. Let all the men of war draw near.
Let all the men of war draw near. Okay, you lieutenants and buck privates and sergeants and whatnot. Okay, good.
God. Let them come up. Verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords.
Right, your plowshares. A plowshare is something that's used for agricultural purposes, man. Gardening and making crops and whatnot, man. You out here that you might have a society. They what they do is they make a lot of wine. A lot of wine come out of that region and whatnot. It is gonna stop putting so much money into the wine and start putting money into their military and into the furthering of their nuclear weaponry or their missiles, man. Okay?
And your pruning hooks into spears.
That's the same concept with that, man. A spear is an instrument of war. We just read about how war is gonna be modernized. Okay? So now they're gonna be putting money into getting Kevlar and different suits and whatnot, armor, fighter jets, missiles, different technology, to enhance their army, their military. Good.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
Fuck them Packies are saying right now, man.
Yeah.
Me strong.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Funky ass Packies, man.
Yeah.
Hell, you ever learn about a Packy being strong, man? Towel head, fucking curry eating motherfucker. Okay? Now they saying they strong. Why is that? Because the Most High letting prophecy come to pass.
That's right.
Okay? These different smaller nations, man. India.
That's right.
Yeah, okay?
Yeah.
Fucking up, talking shit.
Yeah.
They saying they strong.
Yeah.
Good?
Con. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen.
All you heathen. In other words, you're going to do what the Lord commanded you.
That's right.
Even though the Most High don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, right.
That's why you're going to let all your damn armies die out there. Good?
And gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh.
Right, so the Lord's going to send the angels down, man. You said about yourself, Michael going to come down.
Yeah.
Yahushua gonna come. He gonna bring Michael along and all the other angels, man.
That's right.
And they gonna get busy. You got certain angels, they been watching y'all niggas, and you heathens doing wicked ass shit. They got your fucking number, man.
Yeah.
They can't. Oh, I can't wait till the Lord. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Let us loose, man.
You had green light.
So I can put a damn fucking sword through this motherfucker's throat. This
Right.
swine eating
Yeah.
demon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
You know,
right.
the angels just hate wickedness, man.
Yeah.
Because the angels are perfect, man. Okay?
Kind of. It says, verse 12, let all the heathen be awake. Slakia. Let all heathen be wakened.
Yep.
And come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Right. Yahweh Shaphat, which is the Most High's judgment.
That's right.
Which is where 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, we read about it, about that fire. That's going to come down upon their asses, man. When they go over there talking shit, thinking they're going to fight one against another, the Lord's going to crash the party. They're going to fight against the Lord. And the Lord going to send laser beams on their asses, man, and burn them all up.
That's right. For there I will sit to judge all the heathen round about.
See that? The Lord's sitting there to judge all you heathens round about. Okay?
That's right. Con. And it says, put ye the sickle. Oh, no. You want me to keep
Okay.
on? That's it, yeah.
That was good on that.
Yeah.
All right, brothers. So, Lord willing, you brothers were edified. You know, we want to give all praises to Yahweh,
Hashem, Hashem, Bakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, because that's who these shows are for. And with that, we see you brothers on the next one. Shalom.